Man, when is this shit weather gonna do one? It's been absolutely bloody awful for weeks. It's getting really boring now. Right, gloves on. Are we clear? Can we see? Can we see? That is a good question. Well, hello and welcome to another adventure. I'm back up at my favourite sort of kit testing ground, this lane, up to Euston. It's in Suffolk actually, but most people would call it Thetford. Yeah, so I'm up here just doing a bit of goggles testing. So you're probably not going to be able to see, but I have actually got on a set of goggles with something on them called Armour Vision. And it's a sort of clear plastic film that you put over the goggles that is kind of like a non-stick film that helps repel the water and the dirt off the goggles. I just happened to be talking to a mate of mine, a motocross mate, and I was chatting about my woes in the British Rally Champs with the wet weather up in Wales. And he said, oh, you want to try Armour Vision? And so I bought some off of eBay, about 17 quid for 3 strips, and which is obviously not a massive amount of money. And then I watched a video on YouTube of Neville Bradshaw doing the Western Supermare beach race, and so he's obviously promoting it, and you know, seems to rate them. Yeah, so obviously because I've been struggling, because I wear glasses. And you can see I'm steaming up now, but that's probably more because, yeah, in fact, that's my glasses that are steaming up. Yeah, so that's probably more because of the glasses than the goggles. So, so I've been on a sort of mission to find a solution to my goggles, not so much steaming up, but just getting filthy and dirty in the wet weather. And nothing has succeeded. I bought a different helmet, so I did a video a few months back testing the Bell MX9, I think it's called, adventure helmet, and that's pretty good. That was fine, but it's not something I don't think I really want to race in, especially if you've got a lot of roost, because you're just going to bust the visor in no time. Yeah, so I've just been trying to find a solution to the problem with the goggles. I've tried rip and roll. Rip and roll works to a certain degree, but when it's proper wet, I mean in Wales at the Beacons Rally, it just didn't help at all. And that was wet. I mean, that was torrential rain on the Saturday. In fact, I abandoned the race about halfway through the day because I just couldn't see. And I tried riding with no goggles, no glasses, and next thing I know, I'm in a hedge bottom because I hit a rock that I didn't see in the road. So yeah, so I've been trying to find a solution. So rip and roll didn't work. I then tried getting, someone said you can get a 2-layer lens for your goggles that the enduro guys use, and I tried that and that didn't really help. So we'll see how we get on with this film. Now I will say, on the ride up here, the water that was hitting my goggles from the car that was in front, or the rain, it would sort of sat there at say 30 miles an hour, and it was easy to wipe off, but once I got up to about 60, then the wind rush over the goggles just cleared it, and it was perfectly clear. So that definitely seemed to work. With regards to what it'll do in the mud and the rain, I don't know. I've never said this before on a ride, but unfortunately it stopped raining now, and I was hoping it was going to keep raining until I'm misting up, until I'd done a bit of testing. So I'm going to go up here, bash through a few puddles, maybe get some dirt on the goggles and see what happens. I was meant to be going to a motocross track today with a friend who's going to do the Western Supermare beach race, but the track was closed because they had so much rain overnight. So I'd got my bike ready and all my gear, and I was just itching then to get out. So I thought, well, I might as well come up here and see what happens testing the goggles. Anyway, let's get on the trail and go for a bit of a ride and see what happens. Yeah, so straight away, my first problem is I can't see because of the mist. And so this tends to be the issue to start off with me, is clearing that mist off my goggles. Right, there we go. And it's a bit of a catch-22 because you've got to go fast to get the wind through your goggles, but if you can't see, you can't go fast. Yeah, so obvious problems there. Some of these holes here in this road are massive, so I'm just taking it steady because I don't want to go over the bloody bars. It's not so bad once you get out onto the main lane. Dear me. Man alive, that's fun. Well, so far so good, but as try as I might, I didn't get too much splash. Yeah, so we'll just keep going, see what happens. Oh God, that's warmed me up. I was freaking freezing back there. There's a well-used saying in the army that you train as you fight. So in other words, you know, if you want to test something, test it in the environment and in the manner in which you might need to use it. Problem is, trying to create Welsh wet weather is pretty impossible, isn't it? Other than being in Wales. I suppose Scotland maybe, but obviously we can't ride in Scotland. yeah, if you get a good bit of speed up, the lens soon clears off. It's pretty insane, really, how well it works. Okay. Well, yeah, that definitely works. That definitely works. Obviously it's not raining. It has just a little bit on the road up to there. But I was getting a fair bit of water on the goggles there, and it was washing off. Now I've got mountain biking gloves that have got like a toweling bit on here. It's wiping sweat off your brow, and I think something like that to wipe the goggles, because obviously a leather finger will work. Maybe it's better, I don't know. So let's just try this then. Hang on, don't want to dunk that in the, I'm going to turn that off. I don't want to dunk it in the puddle. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so that does work. I don't think there's any arguing with that. It does work. So it's got to be better. Yeah. I'm actually quite stunned in some ways. Yeah, so it's not like amazeballs, but that I would say is a result. Not conclusive. I need to race in it. You need to follow someone, loads of roost, slow speed, but definitely an improvement from nothing at all. And I'd certainly sooner go with that than rip and roll type film. Ooh, needed that. Just had a quick Greg's and a cup of coffee. Now I was going to do my final thoughts, but it's just started raining, so I'm just going to ride a little bit further. Now it's raining, and see if it makes any difference. Okay then, final thoughts. What do we think of this Armour Vision film? Yeah, I have to say, it surprised me. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Now, I've not used it enough or tested it enough to know if it's the answer to all my woes riding in the rain, but I just tried coming down the road there to show you it beading off the film at speed, the rain, because thankfully it started raining just then, and yeah, it got quite heavy. So it's a definite improvement. Is it the answer to all the woes? I don't know, but I think it's worth it. So I bought these on eBay. A pack of 3 was 17 quid. I'll chuck some links in the description, but obviously if you just search for it, Armour Vision, yeah, it comes in different sizes. I bought the 50mm width. I wish they were just a couple of centimeters longer, because they don't quite go to the edge of my goggles, and of course you could just trim them down if they're a little bit too long, which seems daft to me that they aren't a little bit longer. But hey, maybe I didn't look hard enough for some slightly bigger films. But yeah, so initial thoughts, worth the money, but I need further testing. I need to go out and be sort of following someone getting roosted all day, so you know, out with a TRF, but chances are it'll be sunny now and I won't be able to do that, if only. So anyway, well, thanks for coming along for the ride. I hope you enjoyed that, or you at least found it informative. Yeah, so thanks for sticking about, thanks for coming to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel the need to. Hopefully see you back on the channel again soon for some more adventures, whatever I'm up to next. And if I don't see you back on the channel, then maybe and hopefully I'll see you out on the trail riding your bike. Okay, so from me, Mike, thanks for coming, thanks for watching, catch you again, bye for now.